Hello orienteering friends and welcome to the video. This is a video recording of a race on a short course. It's from the like a broader region races. It's like a whole Western Bohemia region, I think, or maybe it's just Bohemia region altogether. So there are a lot of racers and the competition is much bigger during these races. So I'm running my proper category, which is like men 45A. No, actually B. This is like a class B races, so they call it like H45B. So to this first control, I ran along that clearing and then went down through this narrow ride, and at some point I decided to cut it through this non-runnable forest. Came to the edge of this slope, of this hill, and I remember that at this point I wasn't sure where am I exactly. I sort of guessed that somewhere below me is that valley, and as you can see here I'm really not sure, and the decision making process here is taking quite a bit of time. And well, then I sort of saw like the entrance into this valley, and I decided to go down and explore a little bit further. So this was finally some move. I remember the slope being very steep, so it was difficult for me to move, and here I came directly to the control, so I was quite happy, although it could have been better. Now to control number 2, I think I could have gone along the contour basically, and just maybe slightly up and hit the mountain ridge there, but I didn't really enjoy this non-runnable forest, so I decided to climb up, and that took me a while. Obviously, it's not an easy task to go uphill, especially when this hill was really steep. But still, for me, it was a better choice than go through that non-runnable forest. Here I'm still trying to avoid some non-runnable parts, although I'm not running, but avoiding vegetation makes my life easier. And now when I was on the top here, I remember I wasn't I wasn't very confident in knowing where am I. I just sort of went around these rocks, and then I saw this this other valley, and I thought yeah, maybe I just need to cross it down and get to that path that is that goes through the valley. And it took me longer than I would like, when I'm watching this video, but I think at this point it was okay. I was trying to, you know, keep the elevation, don't go too low. I was afraid that if I will go too low, I will then have to climb again. This was unnecessary fear, because the control is now around the corner, let's say, like around the hill here. So I could have gone more straightish, you know. I think I didn't have to climb here as well, because the control is a little bit lower as this guy is going. So yeah, mostly I wasn't 100% sure where am I was studying these rocks in the map. I was trying to pinpoint it. The navigation for me was difficult because all of that vegetation, usually that's where I struggle. But I should reach the control somewhat here. Oh yeah, here it is. So I wouldn't say it was perfect, but it was good. I haven't like lost myself here. Now control number 3. This here I made a decision to go along the paths there, so I'm not sure why I'm going here, but it doesn't matter. Basically, from this position I ran down to that path there and then follow it all the way around the hill, and then I sort of took bearing and tried to attack control number 3. I was looking for some sort of erosion gully or some small valley, and that played out well. So yeah, I will skip commenting to control number 3. Yeah, so no surprises. I think I did well to control number 3. Here to control number 4, it was a matter of just taking a bearing and then going straight. The control was placed on this clearing, so I had clear visibility for the direction that I want to go. There were lots of other runners, and the control was even visible when I entered this clearing. So again, this was very easy to get to this control. Now to control number 5. I decided to go sort of straight. I wanted to get to this like a ridge of that mountain, sort of a ridge, and just go along this clearing and avoid any, you know, non-renewable forest, etc. And then basically in the turn of that road, or vehicle road, let's say, vehicle path, I just went straight along this ridge, and that worked nicely. The control was hidden in this sort of non-renewable forest, so it wasn't very visible. I slowed down when I was approaching the control, but as far as I remember, I had no issue finding it. Now to control number 6, I decided to, you know, somewhere cross these streams, this river, let's say, and then I wanted to go along that path that is below control 6. So now it's just a matter of, you know, getting through the vegetation here. Then I will climb up to that smaller path or vehicle path, whatever. And then my point of attack was this significant tree, and I thought that around that point I will start climbing up.
Just
Yeah, so pretty well done. As you saw, I didn't go straight from the significant tree. I avoided that small patch of water, and that's why it took me more time than it would otherwise. And now to control number 7. Well, first I took bearing, and then I started to follow this guy who is in front of me. He looked like he's going to the same control, but either way I had to climb up. That was sort of like understandable for me, that I have to go around some big rock and then climb around that rock up to the control through this small valley. And yeah, the most challenging part here was the climb, because again it was quite steep, and yeah, that's all. I haven't had any issue here. Now to this next control. Well, I think I lost this guy who caught up on me, and I had to basically climb on top of this mountain through this valley, and then I just ran on top of the mountain here and found that what was it, a stone, quite easily. It was quite visible, so nothing more to add. Control number 9 was a little bit more tricky for me, because there is, like, you can see that I'm in an area where are a lot of these small stones, rocks, a lot of details, and it was a little bit difficult for me to precisely pinpoint the exact entrance or entrant or valley. So I was quite slow here. You can see that I'm going around this. I'm not sure why I went like this, why I didn't went straight-ish, but it seemed like maybe better way. And here I'm trying to basically study all these valleys and where to go or not. So yeah, here I'm looking around, and because I didn't go straight, I missed like the control was sort of visible if I would go a little bit further to my right. And eventually I will go there, but here I was mostly trying to read the map and decide where the control should be. Now I think I saw it, so I went down there. So like I would say the plan was okay. I did sort of okay, but the execution could have been a little faster. I was quite slow. At least I didn't lost myself, that's for sure. And to control number 10, I went basically down, straight down. Obviously I took bearing, but then I went straight down, and I was able to see the line of these stones or some. There is a vegetation boundary, but I think I saw the stones there, and I had no issue finding the control. And for some reason I'm just slow, you know, checking myself all the time. Where am I, etc. That's some. Like I still feel that I'm kind of a beginner, probably, you know, very unsure about my whereabouts. Now to control 11, I think I just took bearing and went straight, and then there were these significant trees, so maybe those helped me, but I don't remember any issue with the control. Yeah, so not a big problem here. Now to control 12, yeah, this was here. I think I could have do it differently. As far as I remember, I went too far around. I think I should have gone up to the road. Eventually I got there, but here I could have also just you know, cross this stream somewhat around here. I could have gone to the left and then along that stream. Instead I went all the way around along this path that I think was not necessary, but at least, you know, for me it was sort of a breather, because running on the flat surface is always easier, although here I had to climb up a little bit. Still it was easier to run. And then I came to that clearing which is below control 12 and just climbed up through control 12 through that small valley or erosion. As you saw, I didn't go all the way. I basically avoided the clearing and then went into this erosion. Now to control 13, I went down to the river, not river, to the stream, and then followed that stream for a bit. I remember crossing it, and then I actually don't know how I got to number 13, but sort of I had to take some. I think I got to that dirt wall, and from there I took bearing and found control 13. I think that's the most probable course that I took. Oh yeah, so as I said, I went basically to the edge of that dirt wall, and from there took bearing and found control 13. Control 14 is sort of easy, I think. Basically just follow the edge of the stream and found the first erosion to the left, and that was it. Obviously there was a control in that small erosion somewhere in the middle of this leg, so I punched that control as well, but other than that I think okay.
jarni, uht hjupar hreina hjarni. Hvurs verður kvinna kvíl, gant verður far af íl. Húsis flestur af ferðamar, en skálfra sperða. Reif við að hrossu ersta, reikinn sló sverðin minnsta. Kaunas bjúkja barna, bálbjör mann fólman. Haga kaldastar korna, krýltra skúb hím í forna. Náðgerur hleypa kúsni, mjúktan keilur í frúsni. Ískál brút breiða, blindan þar var leiða.
Control 15 was a little bit tricky for me. At least, I mean, first of all, it was to go uphill. Second, there is a non-runnable forest, so you don't really see much in front of you. And then when I crossed that non-runnable forest, I wasn't 100% sure where am I, and sort of blindly followed the direction, but then I realized that the tree must be somewhat at the ridge, or sort of a ridge there, so I went there, and there it was. But at this point I wasn't quite sure. You know, here I'm looking for some significant tree and I don't see anything. So yeah, I wasn't sure where am I, but I saw this guy coming from the direction, so I just followed it, and then I found the control there. Yeah, so after I crossed through that second non-runnable forest, then I was able to see the significant tree, and it was easy. And to control number 16, I think, if I remember correctly, I tried to went straight or straightish along the bearing. That sort of worked out. I deviated slightly to the right, I think, but then there are lots of these paths and I was able to find myself there. Again, I'm very slow in deciding which way to go, etc., but for me it's better to know where am I than to go fast. as you saw, I sort of deviated and came to that like a small junction or of the parts, and then from there I took again bearing and I was able to get to control number 16 without any issue. Yeah, control number 17, I went back to this path and then went around all the way around that green patch of the forest, and I sort of had a sense that you know, going down and up again is not a good idea. So this was like a good decision to like go around, and then basically I get almost to the control through that small path there. Okay, so again, no issues here, and reached easily control 17. Now, as I can see, control 18, again, this was clear choice. Go to this path and then run around the hill, then like drop down to that lower path that is straight on top of control 3, and follow that contour up until control number 18, and yeah, that's what I did and had no issue finding control 18. think the other reason why I had no issue finding control number 18 was the fact that there were lots of other runners around. So I basically just followed them. Now to control number 19. Yeah, I went up, and then at some point I tried to just go not around, but along that vegetation boundary somewhat here, you will see. And then I came to this dirt wall and followed that dirt wall to this small knoll. So very easy. Most difficult part was probably the running here through this, yeah, a little bit more thick vegetation, but I think it doesn't look so thick here, but it is. It was not very easy, very runnable. Yeah, I decided to go to the correct direction here. I was expecting the control somewhat here. So yeah, all good. And now basically to the end, I just follow this guy in front of me, you know, through this valley, up and down, climbed the hill here and to the finish. So overall I would say it was not a bad performance. I haven't like lost any time on you know, looking for the control. Most of the time I spent was like constantly checking the map, or let's say, how to describe it, you know, like deciding which way to go, and then obviously running. I'm like, my physical condition is not bad, but I'm not used to run hills, so I was mostly walking all those hills. And yeah, I enjoyed this run. It was nice. Hope you enjoyed as well. And there is another race from this, so I will prepare the video shortly after that. Cheers, bye.